Cash buys freedom. I've covered this in previous articles: cash, monitoring, and do you want to be monitored? But as it keeps rolling forward, I will continue to try and really explain how this can be used against people and to control them and their purchases, and if you haven't quite seen it for what it is yet. Imagine when you were a kid, if you can remember, and imagine you getting given pocket money. Back in the day, I would have to earn my pocket money, usually by helping with chores, but some got it for nothing, and some not at all. But the point was, once it was put into your hand, it was yours. You could spend it where you liked, on what you wanted, within age limits obviously, and for a short time, you had a bit of money freedom, choices. Now imagine someone giving you your pocket money and then taking 20% back, because you know, that's how money works, by going back into the pot. That's tax for you. Then they say that they will hold on to the other 80% for you, and that you can have it when you want it, but you have to ask them for it first. And you can spend it where you want, as long as they approve it. And they will charge you a small amount for holding it for you. That's a bank. So your pocket money giver is now presiding over your money, and you have to ask for it. They decide that they don't want to give it to you. Instead, they will go with you to spend it and watch what you buy. If they don't like it, they won't let you buy it. Honestly, this was an awful part of childhood, being monitored and having your purchases decided and deemed acceptable or not. Why people want it as an adult astounds me. So, if you earned or got given £1 and were only allowed 80p of it, and of that 80p they said you could only buy toilet roll with it, you wouldn't be as excited to get given 80p, would you? Unless you really needed it, of course. Well, that seems to be how living costs now work. They set the amount and tell you all your money has to go on that one thing. People are being babied, and have been for some time now, and money used as a weapon against us and to control us. They set and bring down the value of it. They increase prices. They hold down wages. It's so obvious, it's sickening. Yet people still stumble around confused and worried they can't afford stuff. You aren't meant to. That's the point. Being able to earn money and spend it on living shouldn't even be necessary given the resources and technology we have access to, individually and as a collective. We should have plenty of food and land to go round. But the people calling the shots don't want health, freedom and advancement, because they can't control what happens thereafter. I believe what they want with cashless and cardless is to scan people so that you can only buy your rationed amount. No unauthorised purchases. By taking away the till person, there is no one to argue with. You don't scan in, no access. Food rations allocated on weight, health and compliance. No sharing or helping others. You won't be allowed. Let's imagine again, but this time, imagine a control freak who needs to know your every move, where you go, what you do, who you speak with, what you say, what you eat, what you think. Sounds like a stalker or controller, doesn't it? Well, that's the one world government to oversee us all they are after, who cannot bear to think that we can, quite competently I might add, flourish without their maniacal leadership and desperate grip of control. We need to detach ourselves, and soon, before they have everyone monitored from cradle to grave with internal implants. You know, the ones you won't be able to escape from because they are inside you. Because that is where it is going, if they haven't already started doing it behind people's backs. They are being very open and clear with their plans, and being distracted or in denial won't help anyone. That is partly what they are counting on, a lethargy and disconnect towards reality, and wanting people to overlook their general malaise, and instead give a warm welcome to their dysfunctional, altered and newly created metaverse. Once they make society seem too complicated to navigate for the average person, they will gladly accept a more streamlined version of society and reality. But that will be their undoing. Once you are plugged in, I don't think there is any getting out. Movies would have you believe that there is a way out, or that someone else will save the day. But we have seen that is not the case. You save yourself, and by doing so, you can help to save others. From the system of rules and regulation that will follow, which will seek to control and dictate every aspect of people's lives. Freedom may not be what we think it is, but it isn't what they say it is. But back to the main point, cash. If we are able to earn cash and spend it where we choose, then I don't see how their plan can work. For years we have been led to believe they wanted everything digital for tax purposes, so they can make sure they know how much you earn and who paid you. Making sure you have to pay through a bank so that the money is traceable. And on the face of it, it sounded legit, despite the fact that taxes aren't really legit. But now we have seen how they appropriate those taxes and squander them and inflate their own wealth, draining the very people they pretend to serve, right under our noses no less. No wonder they think we are stupid. We have behaved so, and walked straight into their trap. It's a precarious time, and we should be mindful of what comes next, taking a bit of time to really think through what is occurring, where it will lead, and just how people really fit into their future plans. Maybe they think if they mess with us long enough and create enough problems for us, we will just turn on ourselves. But I can't help thinking there is something they haven't quite factored in. I'm not sure what it is yet, but the feeling is growing.